Hey guys, hope you guys are having a great day. I'm coming to you with a new daily drawing video. Now, I'm breaking up the series and making it to where it's not one video a week. Hope you guys don't mind changing that, but I'm bringing you a new video that's going to be geared towards hair. So we're finally finishing up that, faces series with a hair tutorial. Now, I promise you, like, it won't just be all hair that looks, like as nice as mine. Of course, I need a haircut here, but I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please let me know. If you guys have any suggestions on future daily drawing videos, please, by all means, let me know. Just comment in the list below and everything, but I hope you guys enjoy. Alright everybody, so like I said before, today is a new daily drawing lesson, and in this episode we're going to focus on hair. So I'm going to break this up into two different categories. One, male hair, men's hair, and two, women's hair. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's get started. Alright, so now, the thing with male hair is male's hair is always a lot simpler. It's always easier to go about it than women's hair. Women's hair is a little bit more like wavy and flowing and or like curly and puffy. So men's hair is usually a lot simpler. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, I'm going to take these four bottom shapes. They're, just regular head shapes. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to go ahead and start from simple to more complex. So instantly, the most simple thing that you can possibly do with a man's hair is just giving him three curves like so. Super simple. This is like, you see this a lot in flat, simple illustrations. Now, we're going to make that a little bit more complicated. We're going to still have the curves on the sides here, but then we're going to also give it a little break. Sorry about the buzz. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So we're going to give it a break, and we're also going to add a little bit of hair outside of the boundaries here. And we'll add just like a little bit of a sideburn there. So that's a little bit more complicated. It's not nearly as complicated, but a little bit more. Now, let's make things a little bit more dynamic, so to speak. Let's make this character look more like a Fonzie or something like that. So we're going to still have the side. We're going to work on the outside in, unlike the last one. Now we're going to make a curve here. And we're going to have this come up like this. And we're going to bring this around to connect here. Again, we're going to have the curves. We're going to have a little bit of hair coming off the side here. We still have this dynamic shape, but then we have this side right here. Now, the last part is adding in the long sideburn. Okay, so that's a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more, there's a little bit more complexity to this. Now, for this last one, we're going to make it even more complex. So we're going to do something like a hash between these two. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a shape for the hair. So you can see we're kind of combining the two here. So you have this like main shape here. Then we're going to come out and add background shapes like this. And we'll have just like a little bit of hair coming from back here. Now it's a little bit difficult with this bigger marker for me to do this, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. So now the one thing we're going to do here that we didn't do in these other three areas is we're going to add lines to show like hair strands in a way. So we're just going to add some lines here, and then we're going to add lines here, kind of like contrasting from the lines that we just did. going in like a perpendicular direction. And we're just going to fill in these sections here. So now you see this is a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more detailed than the rest of these. So now that we have those, we're going to move on to these top rows here. We're going to create hair, excuse me, let me put that back. I always like to turn paper when I'm drawing, so excuse me for that. So we're going to try and do hairstyles that fit the build of the characters. So like with this first one here, we're going to do something probably like along the lines of this and this. We're going to make these a little bit more dynamic and complicated than like this one here. So for this one, we're going to create that like jutting shape, similar to like the Fonzie hairstyle here. We're going to have this, then we're going to bring this down. We're going to cut into it to show like a little bit of hair sticking out, and then we're going to bring it back down. We're just going to show a small bit on the side here, and then we're going to give a little bit coming from behind the ear there. All right, and so we're just going to add in the strands here. We'll do a couple strands there, and then we're going to add in those there and these here. So you see this here. We're going to also, I should have done this with that, but we're going to bring this curve down here and just continue these lines. All right, so there's like the first one there. Now with this one, I don't know. Let's see. Let's do something like the other way. So we're going to give him like a Justin Bieber kind of hairdo like that. It's a little bit different than his, but there we go. So we add that, and then we're going to also add a little flowing strand going on right there. Now, one thing I'm going to add to this one here is I'm also going to add some cowlicks just to give it a little bit more character, and we're going to add cowlicks here as well. Now we're going to have his hair coming off a lot farther in the back, but we're just going to have it just like this. It's almost like a female haircut, but a little bit different. Well, because of how much that's jetting, we're going to also include that on this side. And we're going to give him a little bit of a sideburn there and a little curve here. And again, we're just going to add some strands in here. This is a demonstration, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Usually when I do sketches for these, they are not always perfect anyway. So we're going to add these strands going off here, and we're going to add just one there. So that looks pretty good. It's a little weirder than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. If we were taking this and making it digital, we could easily go back in and tweak that. Now for this one here, we're going to go a little bit more on the simple route. We're going to first do the outlined shape. We're going to actually make this guy have a little bit of like a curly kind of like hairdo, and then we're going to continue that inside of the face. But then we're going to just have this come down smoothly and give him a slight sideburn there. No lines on here. His face is kind of like turned too much, so we're not going to have any hair coming off this side. We might add some like curved marks up here just to help really show that he has curly hair. And maybe we'll just do some lines on this side. Maybe he has some sort of like fade on the sides. And then finally for this guy, we're going to do another one of these like curly things. We're going to actually give this guy an afro. So we're going to start down here, and you can start anywhere, but we're just going to keep going up like this. And we're going to continue it all the way down. And then instead of doing it like this where we have this curve and we continue here, we're just going to keep doing these rounded shapes, rounded strokes here. And we'll give him like a light sideburn on the side. So now we have this like afro here. And again, we could add little curves here to really show like it's like puffy and everything. But There we go. So those are like some quick and dirty like men's hair drawing examples. Now, one thing I always suggest is definitely go and take a look at like Pinterest or Dribble or Instagram and look at how other people draw hair. That's always a big suggestion of mine, to always try that out just to see how it goes. Now, we're going to switch over to female hairs. I hope you guys will bear with me. I know this video is a little bit long, but I hope that you understand that we're going over 2 different gender hairstyles, so it's going to take a little bit longer. Now, just like how we did with the male hairstyles, we're going to go from simple to more complex hairstyles. Okay, so for this one, we're just going to go very simple. I'm just going to do this. We're going to give her bangs. And they're going to go just like this. And then we're just going to bring the sides of her hair down. Bring this down. Give like the end there a little bit of a curve. There we go. A super simple hairstyle. Now for this one, we're going to add maybe a little more depth to it. Or a little bit more complexity. We're going to give her like a parting right here. Bring that in. Curve. No curve here. And then we're just going to add a couple of these like curving points. Now this can also be, just like in the last video, this could also be for a man as well, like a mullet style hairdo, but you get what I'm saying here. Now for this one, we're going to kind of combine these and go a little bit more extravagant. So we're going to make the bangs, but we're going to make them separate. So we're going to add in a cut, bring them up here, bring it down, copy the same thing on both sides, make it a little bit symmetrical, but have like this a little bit higher. Then we're going to bring the back of the hair down. And this is more like a 50s, 60s style hairdo. Alright, so this is like more puffy hairdo, something you would see in probably like the 50s or 60s, like I said. And then for this one, I think for this one we're going to mess with, let's see. I think for this, we're going to go back and have like these like bangs similar to the previous one. We're just going to have this bang here coming out, shooting out, and then we're going to bring this down, just a curve. Then we're going to go and we're going to make things a little wavy. And because we're not doing a neck, we're just going to bring it up and connect it. And then we're going to add strands into the mix here. Again, sorry, this marker brings pretty thick lines, so it's a little hard to really see. But you get the picture. Now we're going to focus on these top ones, and we're going to really customize these hairdos. So the first thing we're going to do is let's also go to the bangs. Bangs are always really good. Bangs are a girl's best friend. So we're going to create something similar to this here. We're going to bring this down. This is also very similar to one of the hairstyles we did for the men. So we have this like Justin Bieber top here. Then we're going to bring down here, and we're actually going to curve the hair here. So like this hair is like kind of unruly towards the bottom. But there you go. Super nice. It's like a little weird, but that's okay. We have this like curliness at the bottom, and then we have this up top. But there we go. Okay. So next, we're going to do some straight hair. And so we're going to do some I consider this like sharp bangs. Bring that down here. And then we're going to bring the hair down. And so for this type of hair, this hair would be behind our character's back, so we wouldn't really go too far down, but we would just bring this down. And then of course we can add some strands here and some strands there. So nice, really straight hair. We've been doing a lot of wavy-ish kind of hair, so a good straight hair is good here. Now for this one, we're going to go for more of a curly type of hairdo. And so I'm just going to be creating a lot of curved lines, and we're going to bring this down, and we're going to stop this. We're not going to have this going on both sides because this is more of like an angled character. So we're going to have the curves going along there, just like that. There we go. So a really like curly type of a hairdo. And so for this one, this one's a toughie. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say we're going to combine this one here and something along the lines of this one. So we're going to bring this down. We're going to give her some sharp bangs. But then we're going to have this like layered type of hair. So almost like what like a little kid might have. In fact, we'll give like a little hair beret right there and curve like that. So something along those lines. That one, you know what? It's fine to not like what you create. Look at me. Look what I just did. You know, I didn't really like that line, that hairdo, so I just X'd it out. That's one thing that I would love to pass on to all of you, is that you're going to create things that aren't that great, that you're not going to love. And that's perfectly fine if that happens. So don't get upset, don't get discouraged. You know, I didn't like that one, so you see, you know, we're not all perfect.
Okay, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions whatsoever, or if you have any ideas of what you would like to see in the next daily drawing video, please, by all means, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you guys haven't yet, please check out my Patreon page. I'm going to be releasing more in-depth videos on there, as well as digital prints for some of my illustrations that I'm going to be putting out. So if you haven't, please look at the link below and check out my Patreon page. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys love the new video quality and everything like that. I just upgraded my camera here to a Canon 70D. Love it. It's like one of the best investments I've ever had. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy, and remember, stay passionate, stay positive, and stay creative. Alright, everybody, have a great day.